Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Tomorrow, the state Senate is going to tackle the budget once again, this time in an extraordinary session.
The debate drew thousands of demonstrations and national media coverage in February, and it all could be happening again. So how did this extraordinary session come to be? Some say it's necessary, while others have concerns about it. Fox 11's Becky DeVries has multiple views tonight.
Meeting, debating, and voting are part of what Wisconsin lawmakers do, but this time it will happen during an extraordinary session.
The only distinction is the governor calls a special session and the legislative leaders call an extraordinary session, but they are essentially the same thing. In both cases, the purpose is to consider a more limited set of legislative issues.
A key issue that will be looked at, the state budget. Republicans say an extraordinary session is needed to get the budget passed by June 30th, when the current budget runs out.
So we want to get an on-time budget, a good budget that is done in the light of day and passed on time. And if there are any objections to our budget or any objections to messaging it over to the Senate, and the senators doing the same thing, or God forbid walking out on a budget, would delay that. So an extraordinary session would give us those tools to send it over to the Senate right away.
Democrats say they hope rules and procedures will be followed, but they can't count on that.
It appears to be, again, part of the strategy that anything can happen and things can continue to be rushed through with little or no scrutiny to not only what we have in front of us today or will have in front of us today, but changes that could be made as we move forward.
So that's the intent. It's to move quickly and to focus attention by calling this an extraordinary session.
UWGB political science professor Michael Kraft says a speedy process provides limited opportunities for Democrats to make their case to Republicans, who have the majority in state government.
They have the votes to do what they want, and this is another way of saying this is what we believe is right for the state. And, there will be opponents who will say we disagree, but when you have the vote, you can do what you want and move as fast as you want. That doesn't, I would add, make good public policy always. It might, but it might not.
And the state assembly is set to go into extraordinary session tomorrow. Kraft also says there are other motivations for politicians to get through the extraordinary session. One, it's summer, and two, the political makeup of the state Senate could change with recall elections. Mark?